Hey Canucks fans, have you felt that sinking feeling as we hear more about our stars possibly sidelined? Today, we're diving into the latest on two key players who are crucial to our playoff hopes. With whispers of injuries swirling, how will our team adapt? Stay tuned, because you won't want to miss this update that could shape our season. And if you want to keep up with all things Canucks, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. Today, we're diving into some big news surrounding the Vancouver Canucks, and let's be honest, it's a bit of a mixed bag. With Quinn Hughes and Elias Pettersson both listed as doubtful for the upcoming game against the Seattle Kraken, you can feel the tension building among fans. Hughes, our Norris Trophy winner, has been a cornerstone for the team, leading in scoring with 42 points in just 34 games. Losing him, alongside Pettersson, who's been a solid contributor with 28 points, could have a serious impact on our chances. Coach Rick Toche's next man up mentality is admirable. But let's face it, can anyone truly replace what Hughes brings to the ice? It's not just about the points, it's about the vision, the playmaking, and the leadership. Erik Brannstrom stepping in for Hughes is a notable move, but the pressure is on him to keep it simple. The last thing we need is for him to try and fill those enormous shoes. How do you think he'll handle it? I'm honestly a bit concerned about that. As we look at the broader implications of these injuries, it's crucial to consider how they affect the team's performance and morale. The Canucks have shown resilience in the past, but this is a tough stretch. The Kraken are no slouches, and they'll be looking to capitalize on any weaknesses. So, how do we navigate this? I believe it's all about rallying together as a team. The guys need to dig deep and find ways to compensate for the loss of our stars. This is where the character of the team will really shine through, and I'm hoping to see some unexpected heroes rise up. But let's not forget that this is also about the long-term vision for the franchise. Injuries like these can derail seasons, but they can also serve as an opportunity for young players to step up, for the coaching staff to experiment with line combinations, and for the team to really figure out its identity moving forward. It's a double-edged sword, and I think it's fair to say that we're all a bit anxious about the direction things could take. Now, let's shift gears for a moment and talk about the broader context of the NHL. With Auston Matthews missing time for the Maple Leafs and Alex Ovechkin potentially making a return from injury, the landscape is shifting. The Canucks need to keep an eye on these developments. Every point matters, especially as we inch closer to the playoffs. When you see teams like the Capitals or the Leafs dealing with their own injury woes, it makes you wonder, can the Canucks capitalize on the misfortunes of others? And here's where I want to hear from you. Do you believe this next man up mentality is enough? I'm genuinely torn. While I appreciate the sentiment, I can't shake the feeling that we might be heading into a rough patch. What do you think? Is this the right strategy moving forward? With the season still young, there's a lot of hockey left to play and a lot of opportunities for growth. But the injuries are a stark reminder of how fragile this game can be. Every match is a test of not just skill but also heart and determination. So, Canucks fans, I want to hear your thoughts. How do you feel about the team's current situation? Are you optimistic about the upcoming games, or are you bracing for a tough few weeks? Share your expectations and frustrations in the comments below. Hey Canucks fans, let's dive right into the latest buzz surrounding our beloved Vancouver Canucks and the impact of recent moves, especially the signing of Kevin Lankinen. It's been a wild season so far, hasn't it? We all remember the struggle early on when Thatcher Demko went down with that knee injury in the playoffs last year. Well, fast forward to December 10th, and he's finally back on the ice. But here's the kicker. Despite that setback, our Canucks have managed to stay competitive in the Pacific Division and wild card race. As of now, Vancouver is sitting fourth in the division, and just a point behind the Colorado Avalanche for that wild card spot. With 3 games in hand, it's clear that we've got a shot. But let's be real. The offensive game hasn't exactly been stellar, and aside from Quinn Hughes, our defensive play has been shaky at best. So, what's been our saving grace? You guessed it, Kevin Lankinen. Who would have thought that this late off-season signing would become such a game-changer for us? Lankinen has put up some impressive numbers with a record of 14.54, a goals against average of 2.61, a save percentage of 0.907, and 3 shutouts to his name. But beyond the stats, he's been that clutch player who steals games and helps us secure wins we might not have otherwise. I mean, when he signed that one-year, $875,000 contract back in September, did any of us really expect him to become such an integral part of this team? Now let's talk about what's next for Lankinen. With Mackenzie Blackwood recently signing a 5-year deal worth $26.25 million with the Avalanche, it raises an interesting question. What kind of contract should we be looking at for Lankinen moving forward? Blackwood's deal averages $5.25 million a season, and it makes you wonder if Lankinen could be in line for a similar long-term commitment here in Vancouver, especially given how crucial he's been to our success this season. So, I ask you, Canucks fans, should we invest in Lankinen for the long haul? I have to admit, I'm a bit torn on this one. While he's certainly proven himself this year, the question remains if he can consistently deliver at this level over multiple seasons. It's a big gamble, but you can't ignore the impact he's had on our playoff chances. If we want to make a serious run for the Cup, securing a solid goaltender like him could be essential. The emotions are running high, and I know we're all dreaming of playoff hockey in Vancouver again. Every decision made in the front office shapes our future, and we've seen how crucial the right moves can be. Are we ready to make Lankinen a core piece of our team? And what about the rest of the roster? As we look ahead, it's critical that management doesn't just focus on goaltending, but also on finding the right pieces to support our offensive and defensive structures. It's a balancing act, and every move counts. So, I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on Lankinen's potential contract extension? Do you think he's earned a long-term deal, or should we take a more cautious approach? Let's chat about it in the comments. Your opinions matter, and this is the place for passionate Canucks fans to debate and share their expectations and frustrations. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button, share this video with your fellow fans, and subscribe to the channel for all the latest Canucks news and updates. And don't forget to activate the notification bell so you won't miss a single moment of our journey this season. Together, let's keep pushing for that playoff dream.